For many litigators, I think a key defining moment would be a large jury verdict. For me, I had a couple of successes at the Iowa Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court in those decisions had agreed with the interpretation of the statutes or the rules that my client and I were advocating for. I think these cases helped establish me as an attorney in the administrative law area, and I think it perhaps maybe earned me a couple of places on the dartboard at the Iowa Attorney General's office. And so those are the types of things that it may not seem, like it's not the things that get you in the paper necessarily, but it is things that are very important to the client and to the industries that we serve. When clients work with me, what they can expect is communication and a listening ear. And it's so important to remember that for most clients, litigation is not the most fun part of their lives, and sometimes we just need to listen and put ourselves in their position. And I think it's also very important to sort of lay out for the client what is ahead, so that they're not shocked, or whether it's something that's a short litigation process or a more lengthy process. They need to understand what the future holds and all the potential options and avenues that it could take. The majority of my work is for providers in the healthcare sector. I think what's unique about my practice is that a lot of my work is very quick turnaround. For example, I have 10 days to submit an informal challenge to a regulatory citation. And also, I think it's unusual because I work in a lot of situations where we don't get the opportunity or time to do a significant amount of written discovery or depositions. So, this requires me and the client to be ready for anything during a hearing. The other way I think my practice is unique is because I provide a significant amount of pre litigation advice, helping clients analyze things like a return on investment if we pursue a collection action, when their fees don't get paid, and of course, the likelihood of success and the practical impacts of challenging regulatory matters. I did not know any attorneys growing up, and so everything I knew about what it looked like to be an attorney I learned on television. I just thought lawyers needed to know how to argue, and during my teenage years, I realized I really liked doing that, and I got a lot of experience making arguments, arguing with my dad about why I was right. Of course, I've learned along the way that being a lawyer is much more than just making arguments, but I still go into each matter and find interest and really enjoy looking for that argument and the best presentation of the facts and taking those facts and making them into an argument. I will share a recent success story. I recently had a nursing facility come to me with a citation they received that they wanted to challenge. This was one of those circumstances where we had 10 days to put together our position statement for the informal resolution process. I quickly reviewed the facts and materials and suggested that we get a letter from the physician that was involved to support the decisions that the facility had made with respect to the resident. And the letter was so positive that the state dismissed the citation before we even had to move to the next stage of the informal resolution process. I think this is the kind of example that shows my experience in dealing with these matters, and we were able to bring this situation to a quick and successful resolution for the client.